Hey everybody, Terry Brown here. I want to thank you so much for taking a few moments to check out this very vital, important video today. And today I'm going to continue in my series of messages on the Mind Elevation System, okay? The Mind Elevation System is a program that I developed from many years in the personal growth and development space. Okay, as I was on my journey of self-discovery, I used to write everything down, take notes and all of that kind of stuff. And from there, I was able to develop, some courses and some personal growth training. And that's how I came about with the Mind Elevation System. And it's really about how to empower our mindset to become everything that we were designed to become, to do everything that we have the capacity and the potential to do. And so that's really what this is all about. It's empowering our mindset, okay, to be the best that we can be. So I've got this message. So stay with me for the next few moments, okay? And we're going to get it out. We're going to get it out. All right, here we go. Okay, so I want to do a quick review of the previous video, okay? And this is going to be, for the most part, without commentary, because, I did that in the other video. But just for the sake of following in some kind of logical order, I wanted to give this review. Okay, so we begin the Mind Elevation System with the notion of the self-image. What is the self-image? Okay, and self-image is our own concept, okay, of what sort of person that we are. Okay, it's our own concept of what sort of person that we are. If the self-image is distorted like mine was, okay, then you'll have a distorted view of who you are, and therefore a distorted view of the kind of life that you are living, and the kind of life really that you will live if your self-image remains distorted, okay? Now, the self-image comes about or is developed by our own beliefs about ourselves, okay? The beliefs that we have about ourselves are formulated unconsciously. The beautiful thing about understanding, this information is that we can learn that we can begin to change our lives by thinking consciously, okay? And so we can get into some incredible, powerful, conscious thinking that will help us to change our lives, okay? So the beliefs are formulated. The beliefs that we have about ourselves are formulated unconsciously for the most part, okay, until we know better, all right? And they are formulated from past experiences, i.e. our successes, our failures, our setbacks, our disappointments, our humiliations, okay, our triumphs in life, the way that other people have reacted to us, and the things that people have said to us and about us, especially in our early childhood, okay? And so from all of our life experiences, we get a mental picture, okay, a mental blueprint or picture of the self, okay? Now, look, whenever an idea, okay, or so-called belief about ourselves goes into the picture, it becomes truth for us. It becomes truth to us. And we begin to act upon the blueprint or the picture as if it were true. And we don't even question whether it's true or not. Why? Because we don't have, at the time, we don't have the understanding or the knowledge to even question whether or not it's true. We just believe it Why? Because we feel it. We see it in ourselves. This is who I am. Sometimes our beliefs imprison us and deny us access to what is real, even the truth about ourselves. And man, when I suffered with a poor self-image, I believed the picture that I saw of myself, even though the picture was not true to who I really am. Okay? Man. So we can only change our lives to the extent that we can change our thinking. We can only change our lives to the extent that we can change our thinking. And here's what's beautiful. We can change our thought life, okay? And if you can change the way you think, you can change the way you are. You can change the way you live. If you can change your thoughts, you can change your world, okay? And that's something, really to grab hold of, all right? That you can become a change agent in your own life. It's powerful. Now look, we can only positively change the blueprint about ourselves to the degree that we can change, modify, manage, enhance the self-concept, the self-image, right? The beliefs, again, that we have about ourselves are formulated unconsciously until we know that we can get into some conscious thinking about who we really are. And that's powerful. Okay. We can become conscious thinkers once we understand the notion of the self-image. You see, you cannot change your self-image by willpower. It's absolutely impossible. Why? Because you can try it, okay? But you'll always see the picture that you see. And until the picture is changed of the self, until the blueprint is changed, then you will always act according and be according to what you see yourself as being. Wow. Yeah. Emerson said that we are what we think about all day long. Who do you think yourself to be? Who are you? Great question, right? Now look, on my journey to self-discovery, on my journey to personal growth and development, and this just happened for me, but I learned that it was important. It happened to me or for me, and that is I was on a trajectory of a spiritual awareness as well. And you be on your spiritual journey, I'm on mine, okay? And so I learned from my local church down the street as I was on my spiritual journey, and I believe that's important. I think that we are not just this physical being. We are just not a psychological, emotional being, but that we are spiritual beings as well. And for my journey, okay, I learned this, and it helped me to change my life, helped me to change the picture that I had of myself. And that is this, that I was made, listen, I was made in the image and the likeness of God. Wow. What? Well, for somebody that's got a poor self-image, I mean, a really, really bad self-image, and you're going to tell me I'm made in the image of God, guess what? That's going to change the picture of who I am, you see. And if you look at Genesis 1:27, so God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And so I believe all of us are spiritual beings, okay? And there was a God consciousness in me. And when I heard the message that I'm made in the image of God, guess what? That connected to me. I didn't have to think about it. I had to wonder about whether it's true. I knew it was absolutely true, you see, because of the God conscious within my own being. And so one of the things I learned on the journey was that we do need to take care of our own spiritual well-being. Something to think about, okay? Okay, and I've included this incredible quote by Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, who says that we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And that just and Desjardins was a Jesuit priest and a philosopher, and just a powerful thought. And it just made me aware even more that other people, man, have this same idea about us being more than just this physical being, just this mental, just mind or emotional being, but that we are spiritual beings as well. And T. Harv Eker, man, I had the pleasure of learning about T. Harv Eker some years ago, or probably about maybe 7 or 8 years ago now. Could be longer. Can't really remember all of that. But he wrote this book called The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And he said, if you want to move to a higher level of life, listen, you have to be willing to let go of some of your old ways of thinking and being and adopt new ones. The results will eventually speak for themselves. Now get this. Somebody told me this years ago. I learned this years ago. And I'm going to say it with emphasis. I'm going to say it emphatically, okay, because I believe it so strongly. And that is, there's more to you and there's more to life than you are currently experiencing. And I wonder if you really, really do believe that, if you sense that in your own being, that there's more to you and there's more to life than you are currently experiencing. Man, if you sense that on the inside of yourself, you're in the right place. I want you to know that, okay? And so one of the questions that, I like to ask people is this, and I ask myself, how do I tap into my most desirable life? See, what does your most desirable life look like to you? Some people say, they're living their best life, or, what is your best life, And so I like to think of it from a place of desire, really desiring something. What is your most desirable life? How do I tap into the real me? How do I tap into my true, authentic self? And these are some of the things that we're going to cover in this series of messages, okay, in the Mind Elevation System, okay? To live a powerful, purposeful, abundant, joyous, okay, significant life, it's important to have an adequate self-image. That's where you start. You start with an adequate self-image. You may not have, and I say this, you may not need to change your self-image like I needed to change. I needed a complete overhaul. I was in bad shape, man, And I'm going to leave you with this thought until next time, and that is, you must give definition to your own life. See, don't let anybody else define for you who you are. All right. That was one of the things that was happening to me, man. I was letting everybody define for me who I was. I didn't give definition to my own life. Living my life based on other people's opinions and ideas about who I was. Let circumstances and situations of life, tell me who I was. The socialization process I went through as a kid. I mean, all of that stuff, man. And I had to break through. I had to come out of that, because I call this garbage being dumped on us as we're children sometimes, and we have to come out from under all the garbage. Okay. But in closing, I want to say this to you. Don't let anything or anybody give definition to your life. You must give definition. You must define for yourself who you are. And we're going to get into more of this. Man, I love this because it helped me out in my life. I'm Terry Brown. I'm wishing you a blessed and wonderful day today. Bye-bye now.